Good morning to my dear friends, and also welcome to electronics online classes. And today we'll go for the lecture number 14. Today we'll go for the lecture number 14. Today we'll go for the lecture number 14. Look here, especially this is very lengthy topic, and also I said it is having more marks in your exam, and also it's so interesting topic. Look here, in the last class you have studied about the multi-stage amplifiers. Also you studied about the different types of couplings, and once again recall what you studied in the last class. Already you have completed power amplifiers and you started about the multi-stage amplifiers. As I said already, first important thing, what is the necessity of multi-stage amplifiers? What is the necessity of multi-stage amplifiers? As I said already, whenever you want the more gain to drive your loudspeaker or to drive any DC motor, or especially in your communication, we want more gain. But if you use only single stage amplifiers, that gain is not sufficient to drive the load, or especially I said about any your load speaker or any your machines, or especially in communication. That's why whenever you want more gain, you prefer the multi-stage amplifiers. And as I said already, what is multi-stage amplifier? The multi-stage amplifier, their name indicates their meaning. It means here you are using multi-stage. Multi nothing but you are using more than 2 stages of the amplification. As in your single stage amplifier, you are using only one transistor or remaining passive components. But in your multi-stage amplifier, you are using more than 2 stages of amplification. We are using the more than 2 stages of amplifications. It means the multi-stage amplifier is a circuit that contains the more than 2 stages of amplifications. And important thing is about the first stage output acts as a input for the next stage. That is the important and specialty of your multi-stage amplifiers, because you are using 2 stages of amplifiers. Whatever getting the first, you are applying the input to the first stage and you will get some output across the first stage. That first stage output acts as the input for the next stage. That is the importance of your multi-stage amplifiers. And as I said already, in your multi-stage amplifiers, you have studied about the 2 types of multi-stage amplifiers. That is something called cascaded multi-stage amplifiers, and studied about the 2 types of cascaded multi-stage and another one is cascaded multi-stage amplifiers. As I said to people already, what is the difference about cascaded and cascaded multi-stage amplifiers? No doubt here also using more than 1 stage, and here also using more 1 stage of the amplifiers. The important thing in your cascaded multi-stage amplifiers, how much you are using the stages, you are using more than 2 stage or 3 stage, all the stages, whatever using the amplifiers, especially you are using for the transistor amplifier, they are in the same configuration. It means in your cascaded multi-stage amplifier, you are using the same number of configurations. It may be your CE, or it means both the stages are CE, or both the stages may be the CV, or both the stages will be the common current. It means you are using the different stages. If all the stages are same, means you are using the same C configuration for all the stages. That time the amplifier is nothing but the cascaded multi-stage amplifiers. The important thing here I said in the last class, also you are using the same type of coupling. You are using the same type of coupling between the two stages. That is nothing but the importance of your cascaded multi-stage amplifiers. But what is about cascaded multi-stage amplifiers? Here you are using different stages. All the stages are different. One may be the common emitter, another may be common base, or it may be common collector, or it may be common base. It means here in the cascaded multi-stage amplifiers, all the stages are different. And also you are using the different types of coupling. In your cascaded multi-stage amplifier, you are using the different types of coupling. And the important thing in your multi-stage amplifiers, the overall gain, the voltage gain in multi-stage amplifier is equal to the AV equal to A1 into A2, or like that, so on. Like that. It means the overall gain in your multi-stage amplifier is equal to the product of the individual gains. The product of the individual gains. That is about the importance of your multi-stage amplifiers. And also you have studied already in the last class about the different types of coupling. You have studied about the different types of coupling, and I said to people what is the importance of coupling and what is the important function of coupling. You have studied about the three types of coupling. One is called RC coupling or RC couple. Second one is about transformer coupled, and third one is about direct coupled. Here I said to people what is called coupling. The coupling is nothing but connecting or transferring the output signal from one stage to another stage. I just said you people in your multi-stage amplifiers, what I said, the output of first stage acts for the input of the next stage, and how you are transferring that signal. It will be current and voltage by using the coupling. And also, as I said, the two important things about coupling. The coupling, what is the necessity of coupling? If you are using the coupling, it may be RC coupled, or it may be transformer coupled, or it may be direct coupled. If you are going for the coupling, the signals, the first thing about in coupling is about it only the transfer the AC signal. It only transfer the AC signal. It means whatever you are getting the output from the AC, that is only transferred to the one stage another stage. Don't confuse. The DC will be opposed, or you are having the DC isolation. The DC isolation is possible by using your coupling. It means the DC signal is not transferring from one stage to another stage. Only the AC signal is transferring from the one stage to another stage. Especially AC signal, but AC output. It may be voltage or current that will be transferred from the one stage to another stage. That is the importance of coupling. It means the coupling, nothing but they will only couple, they connect, they will transfer the output of one stage to another input of next stage, especially only the AC output signal. They will only transfer the AC output signal, and it will result or it oppose the DC signal. It is also called as DC isolations. It protects the DC isolations. And I listed already the three types of coupling: RC coupled, transformer coupled, and direct coupled. I just said you people that RC coupled, nothing but in between the two stages you are using the RNC combination. In between the two stages, if you want to transfer the signal from output to the input of next stage by using RNC, that is something called RC coupled. It means whenever you transfer the signal from output to the input, if you are using RNC combination, that is something called RC coupled. And if you are using transformer in between the two stages, one output one stage acts as an input next stage, as I said. If you are using in between the two stages, if you are using the transformer coupled, or if you are using the transformer in between the two stages, that is nothing but transformer coupled. And if you are not using anything, only you are giving directly, you are using one wire, that is nothing but direct coupled. Here you are not using any transformer, you are not using any resistor capacitor, that is called direct coupled. Directly you are connecting output to the input, one stage on one stage. These are the different types of couplings. And today the most important thing about they will ask in exam for 5-mark question, construction and working up RC coupled two-stage amplifier. The construction and working up RC coupled two-stage amplifier is so important 5-mark question for your exam point of view. Today go for that. And after that we are going for the already studied about in power amplifiers about the transformer coupled amplifiers. Especially we have studied about class B push-pull amplifier, that is a transformer coupled amplifier. And also we have studied about direct coupled. Today go for the two-stage. Go for the two-stage RC coupled amplifier. Go for the two-stage RC coupled amplifier. It means you are using the more than one stage. That's what is called multi-stage amplifier. You are using the more than one stage. It means you are using two transistors and also you are using the passive components. Or you can say about, as I said, it is a type of cascaded amplifiers. It is a type of cascaded amplifiers. It means you are using the 2 CE complication. You are using the 2 CE complication. First you go for the need diagram, and one thing important, as you know already, you are giving more importance to the CE complication of your CE amplifier. You are using the CE amplifier mode. As already studied in detail about common base, common emitter, common collector. In overall, all three amplifiers, you are giving more importance to the common emitter amplifier. As you know already, why you are giving more importance to the common emitter? Because of more voltage gain, more power, more current gain, and more power gain. Here also, we are using two stage. Means we are using two set of amplifiers, and both are same. Especially as I said, both are in the CE amplifier, or both are in the CE complication. We will go further. As we know already, we studied about the CE amplifier. You are using CE amplifier, especially you are using a NPN transistor, and you already studied in the transistor amplifiers. Here, but important thing is about you are using a voltage divider biasing here, and also you are using a bypass and coupling capacitors. You are using the bypass and coupling capacitors, and as usual, you are giving input to the emitter base section of the first stage. You are applying the input to the. You are applying the input. You are applying the input to the VI or VN. You are applying the input to the first stage. You are using the input to the first stage. That is nothing but here into your VI, and here you are using another C complication, and you are using a coupling capacitor. Here also you are using coupling capacitor. This will be your C1, and here you are using connect common to the positive VCC to the common, both the amplifiers to the common positive VCC, and also we can using two C amplifiers, we are using the two C amplifiers, and here we are connecting the one stage or another stage by using the CC. It's nothing but coupling capacitor. This is maybe your RC, R1, R2, and this is your RE, and this is your CE, or RE dash. Write about RE dash, RE dash, it may be your CE dash. Here also we are connecting an capacitor, and here I will have maybe your RF, and here we will have you go for it. This is your output. This once again it may be your write about C2, write C2, C0. This may be your RC dash, R3, and here using it R4. Here this is about your if you have any confusion, it is nothing but your first stage, and it is nothing but another stage. This is first stage, and this is your second stage. First important thing, I just said to people, but rather new diagram. And this is your emitter, base, collector, emitter, base, and collector. It means it is very important about the circuit diagram, and I just showed you people in your two-stage RC coupled amplifier. We are using this is one stage, this is another stage, and both the stages are in the CA configuration. We are using the C amplifier in the both the stages. And as you know already, whenever you are going for the amplifiers, and especially you are using the transistor, and as we know, when the transistor acts as an amplifier, only in the active region, your transistor acts as an amplifier. And to make it active region, what do you want? We want inputs to be forward bias, outputs to be reverse bias. It means we want the biasing. So important thing about biasing, as we know, R1, R2, RC and RE, that makes the biasing for our first stage. R1, R2, that is nothing but voltage divided biasing, and RE, that is the important thing of it, stability for the Q point. RE is nothing but stability for the Q point, and capacitor is nothing but bypass capacitor. Whatever you are getting the AC, there is you will bypass to the ground. That is something but your bypass capacitor. And this C1, that is nothing but coupling capacitor. Whatever given the input, that input is given to the emitter base section. That is something but your that is something but coupling capacitors. And here RC nothing but, as I said, collector, resistor. And here also same thing. R3 and R4, that makes the voltage divided biasing, and RC and RE for the stability for the Q point, and RC, R3, R4, that is used for your biasing. And once again, this is bypass capacitor, and here the coupling capacitor, that is whatever you are having the output, that output is given to the load. This is the more in brief about the construction. It means you are using the two NPN transistors, and also you are using the R1, R2, and RC, that is for the biasing purpose, and RE, that is for the stability in the equipment, and C nothing but the bypass capacitor. The same way here also, you are using another one C PN transistor, C configuration, R3 and R4, that makes the voltage biasing along with RC, and that makes the biasing purpose. And here also RE, that is for the stability of the equipment, and C for the bypass capacitor. And here this coupling capacitor will give the whatever getting the output across second stage, that is given to the load. This is the both in brief about construction. And as usual, you are applying the input to the first stage. You are applying the input to the first stage. And if you apply some input to the first stage, especially whatever you are given the input, that input is given to the emitter base section of the first stage. That is, you are giving some input through the capacitor C1, and whatever you given the input to the emitter base section. That's why if you give some input to the C configuration, what happens? If you apply the some input, that input will amplify and you get the across the collector. Whatever you are given the input, that input will be amplified and will get across the collector. You are applying some input signal, that input signal will amplified, and amplified signal will get across the collector. As we know, you are using the C configuration. In C configuration, what happens? The input are in the output is out of phase. It means here you get this is your output. You get output out of phase. You are applying the input like that, but you are getting output like that. It means you are using the C amplifier. As we know, C amplifier, the input are output in the 180 out of phase. Whatever you given the input, that input will be amplified, and amplified output will get across the the amplified output you can get across the collector. And whatever the amplified output, by using your coupling capacitor and R3 and R4, you are given to the second stage. What I say, the multi-stage amplifiers, the output of first stage acts for the input for the next stage. Right? Because we are applying the input here, that input will be amplified. Amplified output will come across the collector. And whatever the output across the collector, by using your coupling capacitor CC and R3 and R4, you can give it to the input for the next stage. That's what is called RC coupled, because by using C and R3 and R4, you can give it to the output to the input, or you are connecting, you are transferring whatever you are having the output signal here, the output signal you are transferring to the input for the next stage. That's what is called as RC coupled. By using R and C, you can coupling, you are connecting, you are transferring the signal, especially you are transferring the AC signal, because as we know, capacitor will block the AC. Only AC signal will be transferred from the one stage to the other stage. It means whatever you get the output across the first stage, the amplified output, because you are applying the input here, that input will be amplified, and amplified output will be coupling to the next stage, or the amplified output will give it to the input for the next stage by using R and C combination, or by using R and C components. That's what it is called RC coupled. And here this output acts for the input for the next stage. And here also once again you are applying this output acts for the input for the next stage. It means here also you are applying the input to the emitter base section. You are applying the input to the emitter base section. It means whatever this output amplified, that amplified output acts for the input for the next stage, this stage. And once again here this output will be amplified once again. You have done amplification in the two way. By using first stage we have done amplification. Once again amplified output will be further amplified by using the second stage. Means you have done the amplification in two times. You have done the amplification two times. first time here and second time here. That's why what will get output? We'll get the output in phase. We'll get the output in phase. Because as I said to people, here you are giving the input, it is out of phase. Once again, if you give the input out of phase, at the output will get the same phase. Because as we know, once again we are also using the C amplifier. Once again you are using the second stage also C amplifier, and in second stage C amplifier, once again it will amplify the 180 degree out of phase. 180 degree out of phase. That's why the output will get the in phase. You get the output in phase, or you get the 360 degree out of phase. The both are in the 360 degree. The input in the output will get the 360 degree phases, or the input output in the same phase. This is about the in simple way of your construction of working couple, RC coupled two-stage amplifier. Maybe first important thing you have to draw the gate diagram. If you remember the C amplifier, same thing write another one time, and in between you can couple by using C and RP and output, then first stage output acts as the input of the next stage. And as usual, you are applying the input of the first stage, that is emitter base section of first stage, and as I said R1, R2 and RC, that makes the biasing purpose. RE, that is nothing but your segment of 2 point. CE, nothing but bypass capacitor. Here also R3, R4 and RC, that makes the biasing for this transistor, and RE, that makes the 2 point stability, and the CE, that makes the bypass capacitor, and this capacitor, whatever output across the second stage, that is given to the load. And you can common, you can apply the positive VCC for the common for the both the stages. This is about in simple way of the construction. And as I said, the working is very simple. We can already studied about the working as C amplifier. You are using the C amplifier 2 times. That's why you have done 2 times amplification. You have done the 2 time amplification because you are using the 2 stages of the amplifiers. And as I said, you people, if you apply the input to the first stage, it means whatever the input, that input is given to the emitter base section, because this input happen. What happens? The transistor will amplify the signal. Because of the C amplifier, whatever you given the input, that input will be amplified, and amplified signal will out of phase. The amplified signal will out of phase because that is the property of C amplifier. Property, input or output is the out of phase. And whatever getting the output across the collector or output across the first stage, that is given to the input for the next stage. Whatever the output of first stage, that acts as the input for the next stage. And once again, here you have done the amplifications. Once again, you have done the amplification, and here once again you are giving the out of phase signal, but you are giving in the output in the in phase signal. It means you have done the 2 times the amplification. You are giving us some input here, that input to amplified here, amplified signal that acts as the input for the next stage. Once again, this input will be amplified, and amplified output or amplified signal will come across the collector of the next stage or collector of the second stage, and this output we are given to the load. This is about in brief about the common. It is nothing but the 2-stage RC coupled amplifier. It means why it is called RC coupled? Because by using this C and RP and R4, you are connecting, you are transferring the signal from one stage to another stage. Even if very simple, as I said, you people, you are giving input to the first stage, that because that input will be amplified, and whatever get the amplified output, that acts as the input for the next stage. Once again, that will be amplified, and in the output you will get the in phase. The input or output in the in phase, because you have done the 2 types of amplification. You have done the 2 types of the amplification, and overall the voltage gain equal to the A1 into A2. Means the overall voltage gain is equal to the product of the individual gains. The product of the individual gains. This is about in brief about your RC coupled 2-stage amplifier. Maybe it is very simple. only have to practice the circuit. Remaining the working is very simple. Also, you know about construction also very simple because already you studied about in C amplifier. Only thing is you are using two stage of amplifiers. This is one stage of C amplifier. This is another stage of C amplifier. That's why it's called cascaded because you are using same amplifier, C amplifier, C amplifier. You are done in two way. You are done the two types. That's what is called as multi-stage. And also, as I said, whatever the output across the first stage, that acts for the input of the next stage. And because you are applying some input, the input will be amplified, and amplified output further amplified by within the second stage, and it will get the output across the collector of the second stage. This is about in brief about your construction and working of your RC two-stage RC coupled amplifier. There is nothing but the two-stage RC coupled amplifier. Now we will go for the frequency response. We will go for the frequency response of your RC coupled two-stage amplifier. We will go for the frequency response. We will go for the frequency response of. We will go for the frequency response of your RC coupled amplifier. As we know, already you studied in your C amplifier. You studied the frequency response of your C. This is nothing but your EV maximum. You can say EV maximum. This is nothing but EV into 0.717, and this may be your one frequency, and this is nothing but your another frequency. This is nothing but FL, and this is nothing but FH, and here having the frequency. This is nothing but your EV or voltage gain. Look here, as we know already, this is nothing but your mid band, mid frequency. Look here, how you explained about the C amplifier. Here I will explain the frequency response of two-stage RC coupled amplifier. As we know, the frequency response is a graphical representation. It is a graphical representation. It means for different frequency, what is the voltage gain? You are studying about the for the different frequencies, what is the voltage gain? That you are studying by using the graphical representation. By using the graphical representation for the different frequency, what is the voltage gain? That is nothing but your frequency response. It means for the different frequencies, what is the voltage gain? That you have to study about the frequency response in your RC coupled two-stage amplifier. Once again, how you are studied in your, as you know about bandwidth. The bandwidth equal to FH minus FL. And the important thing is about as compared to single stage amplifiers, the bandwidth is more for the single stage and the bandwidth is very less for the multi-stage. As compared to single stage, in single stage you are having the more bandwidth, but multi-stage you are having the less bandwidth. Because the reason is that in your single stage you are having the less gain, but here the gain is more, that's why the bandwidth will be less. And as we know about low frequency and high frequency and mid-band frequency or mid frequency. As we know already, for your this lower frequency, this higher frequency, what happens? The gain will reduces, the voltage gain reduces for the lower frequency and higher frequency. the gain will be reduces. But only in the mid frequency, mid band frequency, the gain will be constant. For low frequency and high frequency, the gain will be reduced. For example, consider the low frequency interval 0 to 50 Hz. This is nothing but your low frequency, and it may be the 50 Hz to the 20 kilohertz. That is nothing but mid frequency, and remaining the more than I can write about more than 20 kilohertz. That is nothing but high frequency. As you studied already in your C amplifier, the important thing why the gain reduces for low frequency. The important thing, as we know already, the Xc equal to the capacitor reactance is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi Fc. It means for low frequency what happens? The capacitor reactance is very more because it is in the numerator, sorry, in the denominator. It means as your frequency very less, it becomes Xc is very more. Xc is nothing but the capacitor reactance. The capacitor reactance is nothing but the opposition offered by the capacitor to flow the signal, or it may be current. The opposition offered by the capacitor to flow the AC current. Capacitor reactance is nothing but the opposition offered by the capacitor to flow the AC current. That is nothing but capacitor reactance. It means for low frequency you are having more capacitor reactance. That's why actually you are using the coupling and bypass capacitors in your amplifiers. It may be RC coupled, two-stage, or maybe single C amplifier. You are using the coupling and bypass capacitors. Is especially for two-stage. The coupling capacitor, it is not allowing the more input and give it to the next stage. Because of having the more reactance. Because more reactance, the input is not, whatever given the input, the total input is not allowing to the first stage or the next stage. It means having the more reactance. Because of more reactance, what happens? Whatever you are given the input, that input will drop out as capacitor. It is not coming to your transistor, or it is not coming to your single stage or your next stage. In overall, very simple. For low frequency, why the gain will be reduces? Because of it may be the bypass capacitor or it may be the coupling capacitor. Because that capacitor acts as this capacitor reactance is very more. Because that capacitor reactance is very more, that is not allowing the signal to move from the one stage to another stage. That's why the gain will be reduces. Very simple. In low frequency, we are having the more reactance. Because of more reactance, it is not allowing the signal from passing from one stage to another stage, or it is not allowing the signal from coupling from one stage to another stage, or it is not possible to transform the signal from one stage to another stage because of we are having the more reactance we are having the more capacitor reactance. That's why in the low frequency we are having the gain will be very less. Very simple. For the low frequency, why the gain will be reduces? Because we are having the more reactance, more capacitor reactance. Because of more capacitor reactance, it is not allowing the signal from one stage to another stage. That's why the gain reduces for the low frequency. And what about high frequency? What about high frequency? Here I said about more than 20 kilohertz. Why the gain will be reduces for the high frequency? Very simple. Especially for your high frequency, as I said, you people, the overall capacitor, it may be a bypass capacitor, it may be coupling capacitor, or it may be your transient capacitance that acts as a short circuit. For high frequency, that acts as a short circuit. Because of short circuit, what happens? They having the loading effect of the next stage. Because of the loading effect of the next stage, that's why gain will be reduces. It means for high frequency, why the gain reduces? Because of the loading effect. Because of the loading effect. It means for high frequency, overall it may be a bypass capacitor, or it may be a coupling capacitor, or it may be your transient capacitance. It acts as a short circuit. And if the capacitor acts short circuit, it means what happens? Because that short circuit, they may affect the loading effect. Because of loading effect of the next stage. Because of loading effect, what happens? The gain will be reduces for the high frequency. This is one reason. Another reason, as I said, in the time of C amplifier frequency response. As we know, for high frequency, the overall the capacitive reactance is very, very less. The overall the capacitive reactance is very, very less. It may be a bypass capacitor, it may be a coupling capacitor, or it may be a transient capacitance will be very, very less. Because of the you are having the very less capacitive reactance. What happens? Because of less capacitive reactance, the whatever the your capacitor acts as short circuit, capacitor acts as short circuit, or whatever the output voltage, that output voltage not drop across the RL, that drop across the capacitor. It means for your high frequency, why the gain reduces? Because in high frequency, it may be your transient capacitance or your wiring capacitance will be very, very low. This low resistance is in parallel with the RL. This low reactance is in parallel with the load resistance. That's why all the current will drop across capacitor, nothing will drop across your output, or nothing will drop across the RL. Whatever the current or voltage that drop across your reactance. It may be your capacitive reactance, or I said it may be your coupling capacitor or bypass capacitor, or it may be transient capacitance. All the current or voltage drop across the capacitor, nothing will drop across the RL. That's why the gain reduces. I said in two reasons. One reason, because very simple, for high frequency, your capacitor acts short circuit. Because short circuit, it is because of the loading effect of the next stage. That's why the gain reduces. And last, finally, at high frequency, your transient capacitance and wiring capacitance are very, very low. This low reactance is in parallel with the load resistance. Because of that reason, what happens? All the current and voltage drop across the capacitor, very, very small current and voltage drop across the load resistance. That's why the voltage will be reduces. The gain will reduces for the high frequency. And what about the mid frequency? What about the mid frequency? As I said, in mid frequency, the gain will be constant. And why the gain will be constant for the mid frequency? Because in low frequency and high frequency, you are having the effect of the capacitor. That's why the gain will reduces. In low frequency and high frequency, the effect is of the capacitor. But in midband, you are not having any capacitor effect. Why in midband you are not having any capacitive reactance? Because in the midband, what happens? As I said, you people in your it may be the coupling capacitor, or it may be your bypass that actually short circuit. That actually short circuit. In the same time, your transient capacitance and your wiring capacitance that acts as an open circuit. That acts as an open circuit. And especially in the midband, this and both the processor cancel each other. As I said, in the midband, what happens? The coupling capacitor and bypass that acts as short circuit. At the same time, your transient capacitance and your wiring capacitance that acts as an open circuit. Both the processor cancel each other, and in the midband, no effect of capacitor. That's why gain is constant. Why the gain is constant for the midband? Because Some of the capacitor acts as short circuit, some of the capacitor acts open circuit, both will be cancel each other, and that makes the gain constant. It means in the midband, some of the capacitor acts short circuit, some of the capacitor acts as open circuit, the both will be cancelled, and that makes the gain constant for the mid-band frequency. Another, as I said, this is very simple to write in your exam. Another, if you are interested, means in the mid-band, what happens? The capacitor acts as a short circuit. Because of capacitor acts as a short circuit, what happens? The gain will be increases. Gain will increases. At the same time, because of the capacitor acts as a short circuit, or it acts as a very low reactance. Because low reactance, what happens? The gain will be reduces. And in one frequency gain will reduces, another frequency gain will be increased. Both will be cancelled, and that makes the voltage in constant. Don't confuse. This is enough for your exam. In midband, some of the frequency your capacitor acts as a short circuit, and some of the frequency your capacitor acts open circuit, and both will be cancelled. That makes the voltage in constant for the mid frequency range. Or as I said to people, because of the short circuit for midband, what happens? The gain will be increases. It may be your, as I said, the coupling capacitor and bypass capacitor acts as a short circuit. Because of the short circuit, the gain will be increased. In the same time, what happens? Because of short circuit, what happens? The gain will be, it may be your bypass capacitor or coupling capacitor. Because short circuit, because of loading effect, because of loading effect, what happens? The gain will be reduces. Because of the loading effect, the gain will be reduces. It means bypass capacitor and coupling capacitor that acts as short circuit, because short circuit, because loading effect, the gain will be reduces. In the same time, in the same time, transit capacity and wiring capacity, they are having a very low reactance. Because of very low reactance, what happens? The gain will be increased. And in the sum frequency, what happens? Both the process will cancel. The one time gain decrease, another gain increase. Both will cancel. That makes in the midband the gain will constant. This is about in simple way of frequency response of your RC coupled two-stage amplifier. One simple word, in low frequency, because of the having no reactance, it is not possible to pass a signal, transfer signal from one stage to another stage. It means it is allowing very all the input voltage drop across the coupling capacitor. That's why you are having the low frequency, the gain will reduces. Because more reactance, it is not allowing the more signal to pass from one stage to another stage. For your high frequency, because of the short circuit, because loading effect, you are having the gain reduces. But in the midband, it may be coupling capacitor or maybe bypass capacitor that acts short circuit, and transit capacitance and your wiring capacitor that acts open circuit, both will cancel. That makes the voltage in constant for the mid-band frequency. This is about in simple way of your frequency response of your RC coupled two-stage amplifier. Now we go for what are the advantages? What are the advantages of your RC coupled two-stage amplifier? Very simple. They ask for question in exam 2 marks. What are the advantages and disadvantages of your RC coupled two-stage amplifier? As we know, the most important advantage. First you go for advantages, then you go for the disadvantages. The first advantage is very cheap. Very cheap. Why it is very cheap? Because you are using only resistor capacitors. You are using only a resistor capacitor. That's why it is very cheap. And because of you are using only the resistor capacitors, It is having very light weight and it will take very small space. Light weight and it requires very small space. That is second advantage. And third advantage is about it is having the good frequency response for the audio frequency. It is having the good frequency response for the audio frequency. And overall, it is having the more gain as compared to the other coupling methods. In your RC coupler, you are having the more gain as compared to the other couplings. It may be your transformer coupled or direct coupled, but you are having the more gain for the RC coupled for the audio frequency range. And finally, you are having the very low distortions. These are the advantage of RC coupled. First, it is very cheap. Second, lightweight, and it will take very small space. And third one, good frequency response. And fourth one is about it is having the advantages about low distortions. These are the, because we are not having any transformer, that's why we are not having the more distortion. These are the advantages of your RC coupled two-stage amplifier. And what about the disadvantages? What about the disadvantages? The most important disadvantage is about it is having the impedance matching. It is having the very poor impedance matching. Very poor impedance matching. Very poor impedance matching. It is very poor impedance matching, and also it is not possible to amplify the low frequency signal. Second one, it is not possible to amplify the low frequency signal, and also it is having the effect of aging, and also it is having the more noise. Aging effect, and also having the more noise. And finally, you are using more resistance because we are having the more power dissipation. These are the disadvantages of your RC two-stage amplifier. First disadvantage is the impedance matching very poor. The first disadvantage, the impedance matching very poor. Second one, it is not used for the low frequency. And third one, you are having the more noise and aging effect. And finally, you are having the more power dissipation, or you are having the more power losses. And finally, what are the applications? What are the applications? Where you are using this RC coupled amplifier? As I said, you people, it may be your TV or radio receivers, or in your public address systems. You are using in public address system, TV and radio receivers. You are using about this RC coupled amplifier. These are the important applications of your RC coupled amplifier. Once again, repeat the advantages. It is very cheap. Second one, it requires very small space, lightweight. Third one, good frequency response. Fourth one, you are having the fourth one, low distortions. Disadvantages, poor impedance matching, and it is not used for low frequency amplification. And third one, aging and more noise. And fourth one, power dissipation very more. These are the disadvantages. What about application? You are using in public operating system, you are in the radio receivers and also TV receiver. This is about in brief about your RC coupled two-stage amplifier. In the further class, next class you go for the direct coupled